The reason that they are very different is because Caitlin Clark is more mature.
Because, like I keep saying, they understand that Caitlin Clark is the biggest draw in sports right now. They are panicking. They are panicking and don't know what to do.
A hard foul, yep, I thought the refs got it right, and to Angel's point, move on. My issue wasn't even with...
I think so many people are watching women's basketball right now.
Yeah.
It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, like, yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize.
Caitlin Clark just dropped a crossover that reverberated across the league, leaving her haters sprawled on the floor, their pride in ruins. This wasn't merely a move. It was a commanding statement. She's still that player. The arena erupted as if it were Game 7 of the finals, a deafening roar of awe and excitement, and the critics fell silent, as if someone hit mute on their fiery hot takes. This wasn't just a highlight, it was a declaration of dominance. Clark didn't just put points on the board, she shattered illusions, crushed records, and buried egos. Anyone who believed she was slowing down was proven wrong in that electrifying moment. She's only just getting started.
Last year, you made a powerful statement saying the reason people are watching women's basketball is not just because of one player, but because of you too. A year later, do you feel like you're
Next
getting
question.
Yeah, we'll move on. Thank you. Move on to Zoom. ESPN, please unmute.
Time to add a blindfold.
Blindfolded. Let's go. I'm here to assist the dudes with making shots.
We appreciate it, Caitlin. Every shot you make is one less that I have to do.
You climb the mountain high.
Oh! Let's go!
You got a million.
Who needs the seed?
Let's go!
We are now a three-pointers distance behind the goal. We'll call it the -3. Here we go, Caitlin. Come on. Come on. That'll work. Oh! Yeah. I knew it. That was awesome.
Caitlin didn't just silence her haters. She drove them straight to the rim, spun midair, and left them with their pride signed, sealed, and delivered. But if you thought that buzzer beater was the grand finale, think again. Comeback round 2 came in blazing, with sharper elbows, widened eyes, and a very humbled Angel Reese. The intensity didn't fade, it erupted. This wasn't merely basketball, it was a bold statement, a serving of karma, etched into a highlight reel that will haunt the opposition for weeks to come.
So anybody with a connected brainstem knows that Caitlin Clark is far better of a basketball player and has made such a tremendous impact in a greater number, more so than Angel Reese. Everybody knows that. Her college career was better. The stadium sales, the WNBA popularity has gone up because Caitlin Clark.
Yesterday.
Now let's dive into that game, the one where the tension didn't just mount, it spilled over the court like sweat in overtime. This wasn't just basketball, it was gladiator warfare in Nikes, a battle for supremacy under blazing lights. Angel Reese didn't just step onto the hardwood, she stormed onto it like the arena owed her a tribute. Braided hair sharp enough to cut egos down to size, eyes locked like guided missiles, laser-focused, while her presence radiated pure main character energy. She didn't show up just to play the game. She arrived to own the storyline, ready to turn every possession into a chapter in her self-made legend. Each move a page in the epic she's writing with relentless intensity.
I love this shit. You know what I mean?
That's no other shit.
Yeah,
I love this shit, man.
Yeah, see, when I saw this shit, when I saw this shit, man, I was like, God damn, that's what it needs. We need this shit in the WNBA.
Yes. I don't give a shit if they like each other or not. Who cares?
Yeah.
I think what has grown this game is the storyline and the rivalry that started back in college. I think that's great for the game. This shit has been happening. Women are more catty and been getting in smoke more than men do. So this shit has always happened. It just happens to be these two young stars in the league.
But the only thing I didn't like about that shit, man, the racism part.
And Caitlin? Oh, Caitlin simply grinned. That quiet, deadly smirk that whispers, "You've just poked the wrong storm." From the very first second, she was locked in. Her game flowed like a perfectly improvised jazz solo. Smooth, unpredictable, lethal. Brilliant court vision, a surgical jumper. her shot like a laser beam. Straight-legged Angel Reese tried to press up, throw elbows, trash talk like it was part of the game plan, but Caitlin didn't flinch. She faded back, leapt into the air, and started raining threes from deep space, as if NASA had her under contract. No panic, no overreaction, just pure, calculated destruction in motion, and the crowd knew they were witnessing something unstoppable.
Best basketball player in women's basketball right now. Right, face of the league, right? If you got a rookie competing with Asia Wilson right there, and you want to come down here and talk about Angel Reese, bro, that's so disrespectful in Caitlin Clark's regard, and take race out of it. It has nothing to do with race. It has to do with ball. You're trying to say that people are talking about Caitlin Clark more than Angel Reese because of race. It has to do with ball. I'm watching Caitlin Clark before I watch Angel Reese. I'm saying that as a black man. And I know other black men that will say the same thing. That's all I gotta say.
One possession, just one. Reese waved her arms, attempting to rally her team after a missed assignment, her energy loud and commanding. Caitlin saw it and responded in kind, sinking a fadeaway so smooth it seemed the rim itself turned red with embarrassment. The crowd erupted, deafening the commentators, who short-circuited as Angel blinked once, slowly trying to process how her rival's next move was being directed by someone else entirely. That night, the scoreboard told one story, but Caitlin's confidence spoke even louder. Her presence grew bolder, more commanding, as if the court itself acknowledged her growing dominance. From the opening whistle, the atmosphere thickened, thick enough to slice with a cross-court pass. This wasn't just basketball. It was a psychological war played out in sneakers. The tension crackled louder than the buzzer, the fans glued to their seats, witnessing a meteor crashing at midcourt. No one dared exhale too easily during those first intense moments. The energy wasn't mere hype. It reeked of hostility. Dressed in high tops and raw intensity, Angel Reese stormed onto the court like she was headlining a grudge match, her metaphorical receipts flapping in both hands. She pointed sharply, like a prosecutor delivering closing arguments, shouted commands like a coach, flexed like a heavyweight champion, probably laminated her comebacks for quick access. Every move screamed, "This is my house." She was primed for battle, eager to remind everyone of their last clash, desperate to regain control. But Caitlin, she stayed perfectly cool, letting the chaos swirl and the noise swell. Then, with effortless ease, she drained a deep three from way out, silence falling instantly. That shot shifted everything, a defining moment that turned the tide in her favor, leaving no doubt who was now in command.
You who are not stuck on stupid and convinced to be racist every day of your life, the reason that they are very different is because Caitlin Clark is more mature. Caitlin Clark has decorum, professionalism. She plays hard, she works hard, she shoots well, she can shoot, she can dribble, she can pass, and she is a game time player. Angel Reese is one-dimensional, and I don't know if that dimension is that good. I'm being honest, she's only a big, you can call it a big man. She only really active in the paint. She ain't shooting threes.
Angel's reply bulldozed straight through the key like a wrecking ball in heels. Hips, shoulders, pure defiance. Every possession turned into a declaration, every move a challenge. She wasn't just playing, she was charging rent for her space in the paint, making it clear this territory belonged to her. Meanwhile, Caitlin simply stared, a calm, surgical grin slowly spreading across her face. Plotting, observing, already 5 plays ahead. No words were needed. The scoreboard would speak volumes soon enough. And Angel? She was about to learn that when Caitlin Clark smiles like that, it's already game over. Then the shot, pure poetry, kissed the nylon net, igniting chaos. Fans started to levitate, caught up in the electric surge. Angel hurriedly searched for a substitution, as if she just remembered she left the stove on, retreating from Caitlin's expanding zone of humiliation. But let's take a step back. This wasn't just any game. It was bolded, underlined, and annotated with receipts. A fiery rematch fueled by postseason drama, viral gestures, and ESPN highlight reels. Last time, Angel owned the narrative, dancing, pointing, flexing her way to victory. But this time, Caitlin entered with one clear mission: vengeance served cold, seasoned with three-point shooting and surgical precision. By halftime, the score was more than lopsided. It was cartoon-level absurd, like Caitlin was running on cheat codes. Her release was lightning fast, her court vision razor-sharp. The game was hers, and everyone in the arena knew it.
Do you agree with both Clark and Reese saying this was a basketball play, or was this flagrant foul bigger than that?
I don't have an issue with the foul. I thought it was a hard foul. Yep, I thought the refs got it right, and to Angel's point, move on. My issue wasn't even with the foul, right? If you're going to foul somebody, I was always taught you don't give up an easy basket, period. And that's what I thought Caitlin did.
Angel's expression was that of someone invited to a roast and obliviously becoming the main course. Her swagger evaporated, replaced by a lack of composure. Her defense, more hope and prayer than actual strategy, crumbled under Caitlin's relentless attack. She had entered with intentions of commanding, reclaiming dominance, silencing critics, yet suddenly found herself an unwilling supporting actor in Caitlin's sold-out solo performance. Every highlight belonged to Clark. Every gasp from the crowd echoed her supremacy. The momentum didn't just shift, it charged headlong into Caitlin's favor and refused to look back. By halftime, Angel's body language radiated defeat. What had started as a rivalry had turned into a revelation. Caitlin Clark wasn't just showing up, she was taking over. In the third quarter, Angel tried to ignite a fight, turning up the full contact heat. She powered into the lane after a rebound, delivering a shoulder bump so deliberate it could have been choreographed. A clear declaration, "I came to make a statement," but in reality it just shouted, "Oops, didn't realize who I'm dealing with." Caitlin absorbed the contact like a fortress being nudged by a balloon. No wobble, no blink. With a quick glance at the basket on the other end, she was gone. A seamless, effortless transition. 3 steps across half court, then a deep splash, as if she was watering her own personal garden. Her presence on the court was undeniable, and from that moment, the tone of the game was forever changed.
Think you'd be on Inside the NBA talking about the WNBA protecting somebody from violence?
No, I thought man, these girls getting ready to hit the lottery. I mean, this is a great time to be a woman in the WNBA. Caitlin, what she's done for the game the last couple years, she is a shining star. I didn't think she was going to have to worry about all this petty nonsense that's going on. And it's really unfortunate because she's bringing so much notoriety to the game. I watched more college basketball in the last 2 years, women-wise, I have my entire life.
As Bennett signaled her surrender, Caitlin turned back with a relaxed jog, her face locked in that signature stoic assassin look, eyes ahead, lips tight in a neutral line, completely focused, as if already dissecting her next move. No words, no flexing, no finger snakes, just pure basketball mastery so precise it probably needs a disinfectant warning. Meanwhile, Angel pressed on with her theatrics, as if preparing for WrestleMania. Every possession morphed into a spectacle. Angel bulldozed into the post, arms flailing wildly, as if summoning spirits from the hardwood, at times attempting to draw a foul from the court itself. The referees whistled so often it felt like an avant-garde symphony. Chaotic, unpredictable, like they were conducting a wild orchestra with each trip down the court. Yet Caitlin remained unfazed. Every eruptive outburst from Angel seemed to sharpen her focus. When the crowd tensed, Clark responded with another logo missile, each shot dropping with the deadly precision of a military strike. Slowly, the mood shifted. No longer cheers, but hysteria. The fans weren't watching a game anymore. They were witnessing a roast session in HD. Caitlin was cooking, seasoning every possession with sauce, spice, and savage efficiency. Angel had become the unwilling punchline. It was no longer basketball. It was a stand-up comedy show, featuring missed assignments and shattered egos.
A word to describe Caitlin Clark.
Amazing. A beast. She is the truth. She's the truth, and she was a rookie. Knock down the three-pointer, get to the rim. She can get to the free throw line. She's crafty.
Yeah, very crafty.
Crafty. So sometimes she look like she's coming off for a three-point shot and she backdoors you for a layup. She gets her teammates involved. She can pass. She can shoot. Man, she is the complete basketball player. And you know what I want to see? So many people talked about Sabrina and Steph, with that three-point shooting contest. You know what I want to see in the WNBA All-Star game? I want to see Sabrina Ionescu.
Then arrived the defining moment, climax of this fierce saga. Fourth quarter, shot clock ticking down, the air thick with anticipation as if the entire arena sensed something monumental about to erupt. Caitlin found herself at the top of the key, Angel defending her just a bit too close, as if she hadn't learned a damn thing all game. One dribble left, then right, and in an instant, snap. Angel's knees buckled, crumpling as if diplomatically surrendering. Caitlin didn't hesitate. With less than half a second and open space, she unleashed the shot. An arc so perfect it seemed weightless. The ball soared on a pristine trajectory, landing with a devastating swish. The net shuddered, swallowing the ball as it sank cleanly through, leaving zero doubt. Angel froze in place, eyes wide as the crowd erupted like they'd just witnessed a miracle. And just like that, It was over. The final nail in the coffin. The rivalry didn't roar into the sunset. It ended with a deafening silence, the kind that echoes long after the buzzer. One unforgettable bucket, not just a shot, but a statement so powerful, it silenced an entire arena. It wasn't luck nor desperation. It was a meticulously crafted exclamation point, sealing a rivalry that had simmered for months. The shot's arc was poetry, sleek, sharp, slicing through the air with purpose. It transcended basketball. It became a eulogy with a net. The rivalry didn't just fade away, it was buried 6 feet deep beneath a highlight, destined for eternal replay, melting the internet. The broadcast cut to Angel's expression, like a scene from a Greek tragedy unfolding live. Her face twisted through emotional GPS recalculations. First, stunned acceptance, as if suddenly realizing, oh, this is happening again. Then, the silent consultation with her coach, eyes darting for answers that couldn't be found on any clipboard. And finally, disbelief. Her neck tilted, lips pursed, an unmistakable look of someone witnessing their own villain origin story unravel, with the wrong hero still wearing the cape.
Angel Reese is the Hawk Tua of the WNBA. She made a ridiculous statement in an interview. It went viral. She took advantage of it, made a podcast. She realizes that she's never going to be as good as Caitlin Clark, but if she plays the villain, she'll always stay relevant. She even called Caitlin Clark's fans racist.
Or think about making the move to bigger arenas for Angel Reese, because Angel Reese is not Caitlin Clark, period. In terms of a basketball player, in terms of a personality, in terms of...
And Caitlin? She never once broke her stride. No need for dance, taunts, or grand gestures. Instead, she simply turned to the crowd and casually shrugged, a posture of pure, effortless disdain wrapped in silence. That nonchalant gesture said everything without a single word. It wasn't arrogance, it was certainty. A quiet acknowledgement that both sides knew how this story would end. Her shrug was her way of saying, "We both saw this coming. I'm just as bored as you are." Meanwhile, Angel's fire began to dim, simmering slowly. Her shoulders sagged, her sharpness dulled, and her hustle faltered. She started swinging the ball out of the low post with the haunted look of someone painfully aware that each pass edged her closer to another Caitlin highlight. Her confidence didn't vanish completely. It simply evaporated, quietly and tragically. It's not to suggest Angel hadn't fought with everything she had from the start. One played with raw passion, the other with inevitability. While Angel battled through the storm, Caitlin was already on the other side, calmly watching lightning strike twice, towel draped around her neck, as if she'd already claimed victory before the final buzzer. This wasn't a contest of equals. It was the difference between raw intensity and mastery, between wanting to win and knowing you already have.
The only reason I'm bringing this up is because how a small little story elevated into this crazy story that we got here today. So, you know, Caitlin Clark is playing a game, and there's this issue with her and Angel Reese. There's this, Caitlin Clark pushes one of the teammates of Caitlin Clark. I'm sorry, Angel Reese pushes one of the teammates of Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark fouls Angel Reese. Angel Reese does one of these LeBron flops and falls on the ground. I mean, she learned it from LeBron. Falls to the ground. And the next thing you know, DeMarcus like, oh my God, she's protected. Oh, it's all because she's white and all this other stuff. And then Angel Reese comes out.
Angel brought fury. Caitlin brought finality. And let's not overlook the subtle pettiness, because, oh, it was deliciously present. After a timeout, Caitlin nonchalantly walked past Angel, offering a slight nod, so subtle it was barely perceptible, yet unmistakably loaded with meaning. I see you. I remember you. I outplayed you again. Angel didn't react. She simply exhaled, as if the air itself had surrendered to the reality the scoreboard had been screaming since the first quarter. By the time the final buzzer sounded, it wasn't just a win. It was a complete obliteration of any remaining doubt. Caitlin didn't need to scream, flex, or make a spectacle. She just strolled to the bench, high-fived her teammates like it was any other routine day. And for her it was, because for Caitlin, breaking ankles and breaking narratives are just Monday things. Within minutes, Twitter transformed into a Caitlin Clark tribute museum. Freeze frames of Angel stumbling, slow-motion clips of that soul-crushing crossover, even edits turning Angel into the "I took that personally" meme. Except this time, Caitlin took it personally. And Angel, she learned what regret looks like in real time.
I think so many people are watching women's basketball right now. Yeah. It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, like, yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball that you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize.
Caitlin arrived fully prepared to dominate. One aimed to prove a point, while the other was the point itself. Here's the real kicker. Angel didn't even play badly. She posted respectable stats, had her moments, and fought fiercely. But she simply didn't have what Caitlin had, because Caitlin wasn't just playing Angel, she was playing history. And history, popcorn in hand, was watching, taking notes. So, where do we go from here? Angel will bounce back. She's too talented, too resilient, too built for the spotlight to fold under pressure. But for now, in this moment, she's officially part of the Caitlin Clark cinematic universe. Like every great side character, her role was to highlight the hero. And oh, did she deliver. The next time they face off, the hype will be louder, the crowd more deafening, and the tension even thicker. If Caitlin's shot was a dagger, this game was the entire sword, crafted in rivalry, sharpened by criticism, swung with surgical precision. Angel came to battle, Caitlin came to end it, and she did. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, leave a like and subscribe. See you in the next video.